Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Namoli Family Stadium for today's matchup between the St. Leo Lions and your Tampa Spartans. Game 2 of the series after the Tampa Spartans took Game 1, 6-3 last night, as the Spartans scored 5 runs in the 6th inning to defeat the Lions. Lions coming to this matchup at 10-4, 0-1 in conference, and the Spartans, after last night's victory, are now 8-4 and 3-1 in the Sunshine State Conference. Gale House rocks and fires, and we're underway here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The 0-2 count to Casey Kelly. Kelly drives it right back up the middle, and that's a leadoff base runner for St. Leo. St. Leo did a phenomenal job last night getting runners on base in the first 3 innings. And then the offense kind of went stagnant after they got off to a 3-1 lead after 3 innings. Now at the plate is Alexis Mignette. She's playing first base this afternoon for St. Leo. She'll show hands. She'll pull back. Pitch just a bit outside, ball 1. Casey Kelly down there at first base for St. Leo. She's now a 3-time NFCA preseason All-American Player of the Year watch list candidate. The senior coming into last night was batting .500 on the year, 18 hits and 36 at-bats. And now the bunt offering is fouled off by Mignette. 1-1 count. Going across the diamond for the Spartans in left field's Emily Profit. In center field's Corinne Miner, the winner from last night's contest in the circle. And in right field is Alexi Chevalier. Third base, Bailey Phillips. Shortstop, Steph Balmer. Second base, Christina Klauberg, who came through with the clutch 3-run double to deep left center field to take the lead for the Spartans. Ended up being the game-winning hit. And Emily Jansen at first base. This one's dribbled to Bailey Phillips at third. She'll field it and throw to first for the first out of the game. Behind the plate's Maddie Farrell. And in the circle is freshman Mariah Galehouse. So Galehouse gets ahead on the second batter, Mignette. And then ultimately gets the first out of the game. Now standing at the plate, Sarah Posher. Posher, one of the better hitters for St. Leo, comes into this game batting .359, and she'll foul that one down and out of play down the right field line. Posher third on the team with 8 RBIs. She's got 1 home run on the season, tied for the lead. Maddie Farrell will go talk to her freshman pitcher, try to get on the same page early in this ballgame. And that's a strike. Now Galehouse ahead in the count, 0-2. So Casey Kelly at second, 0-2 count to Sarah Posher. Posher will dribble that one to second base. Klauberg fields it easily and records his second out here in the top of the first inning. The umpires for this afternoon's contest, behind the plates, Tyrone Miller, and on the bases, Kevin Jack. Casey Kelly advances to third base on the ground out. Now with 2 down, Amanda James stands at the dish, and she'll dribble that one back to Galehouse. Galehouse fields her position, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. Spartans retire the side, and we'll see the top of the order coming up for the Spartans: Balmer, Klauberg, and Miner right after this.
Freak alert! Jalen. Not like a slips into baby talk when he's feeling insecure kind of freak. Not even a whittle bit. Jalen's a freak about hand-slicing all-natural meats for every Jimmy John sandwich he makes. Look at his unfettered joy. And not just for ham. You should see him with Capicola. Thank you, Jalen. Your meat freakiness means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah!
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning here at Namoli. In the circle for St. Leo today, Sarah Newman. And leading off for the Spartans is Stephanie Balmer, sophomore standout from last year. Balmer earned second-team all-conference honors in her freshman campaign. Newman in the circle for the Lions. Has made 3 starts this year. This will be her 4th, 2.42 ERA. And Balmer will get things started with a pop-up to left field. Underneath of it's Maddie Lynn, and she'll make the catch. Oh, you've been introduced to the left fielder for St. Leo, and we'll go around the diamond. In center field's Allie Jakeith. In right field, Sarah Posher. At third base, Kayleese Hooks. Shortstop, Casey Kelly. Second base, Emily Pallone. At first base, Alexis Mignette. Behind the dish, Deanna Fasigula. And as I mentioned prior, in the circle, Sarah Newman. As I said, 3 starts for Newman. She's got a 0-0 record. And she'll get ahead of Christina Klallberg with a called strike right down the plate. So St. Leo got the leadoff base runner on the top of the first inning. Spartans will look to get a leadoff or a base runner here in the bottom of the first. Klallberg sends that sky high back to Fasigula, and Fasigula will drop the pop-up, and that'll extend the at-bat for Christina Klallberg. So Klallberg's got a new life here. Trails in the count 0-2. A lot different weather than last night. Klallberg does the same as last night with a base knock to left field. As I mentioned in the opening, Christina Klallberg came through in a 3-3 game with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cleared the bases with a laser double to the left field warning track, and ultimately gave the Spartans a 6-3 lead. And the Spartans in the top half of the 7th sent down the side and secured their 3rd victory in conference and gave St. Leo their first loss in conference. Now at the plate is Corinne Miner. She was the winning pitcher last night, and she'll check swing. Tyrone Miller says she did go, did not appeal to the base umpire, and now Miner trails in the count early on. After last night's victory, Corinne Miner advances her record to 5-2 on the year in 6 starts. She's gone 4 complete games. Last night she went 6 2/3, got in trouble in the 3rd inning with 3 consecutive walks, allowed the Lions to score 2 runs on them walks. Ultimately came back into the game in the 4th inning as Gail House, today's starter, came into relief in the 3rd inning, recorded 1 out, and then Miner took it the rest of the way. So now a 1-1 count with 1 down. Klallberg stands at first base. And Miner will foul that one down the first base side. Spartans have had the Lions number as of late, winning 3 of the last 4 matchups dating back to last season. It was last season's regular season finale in which the Spartans took 2 of 3 at St. Leo and ultimately propelled them into an NCAA appearance for the first time since 2015. That pitch just a bit upstairs. Fasiglia had a hard time handling that one. And now a 2-2 count to Minor. Minor's a workhorse in the circle, and she's one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter for the Spartans at the plate. Tied for the team lead with 14 hits. She skies that one into right field. Sarah Pausha underneath of it, and she'll squeeze it for the second out. As I said, with Minor, tied for the team lead with 14 hits, and she leads the team with 8 RBI early on in this season. Minor will try to give a couple notes to the freshman Mariah Galehouse as she heads back to the plate. Minor's tied with the team lead in hits at 14 with Mariah Galehouse. Freshman sensation, dual threat for the Spartans. Galehouse from Spring Hill, Florida. And Galehouse will take the called strike on the inner half. Galehouse batting .359 on the year, and she'll drive that one to third base. However, third baseman Kaylee Hooks makes a nice glove side play and fires the first to retire the side. 0-0 after the first inning. And we'll be back right after this.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet. Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
1, 2, 3. Way! There's my guy. Yes. Go. Snacks? Yeah, man. Eat it up, and we're gonna burn it off doing the wave.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you, MrEmpanada.com.
Welcome back, top of the second inning. As Emily Pallone stands at the dish. 2-1 count. Pallone this afternoon, the 5-hitter for the Lions, playing second base. Pallone this year batting .333. She started in 3 games for the Lions, made an appearance in 4. She's got 3 hits and 9 at-bats. One of her 3 hits is a double, so she's got the ability to hit for extra bases. A called strike on the outer half from Galehouse. Now a full count at 3-2. Galehouse a 3-2 offering. Dribble to third base. Ballmer makes the play, throws to first, and Pallone beats the throw for a single in the infield. Bailey Phillips could have cut it off, however, Ballmer has a strong arm, so maybe she decided to let her shortstop take that one. So an infield single. Back-to-back leadoff base runners for St. Leo. However, last inning, the Lions did not do anything with the leadoff base runner. Now at the dish is Maddie Lynn, the left fielder. Galehouse, the offering. And an attempt on the bunt by Lynn. And a back pick to first base. Hits Pallone in the head. She seems to be fine at first base. Maddie Farrell showing off the cannon early on behind the dish for the Spartans. So the fake bunt from Lynn. Jansen charged on the play, and Klallberg was covering first. And here's another attempted bunt. However, this one's fouled straight back, and now Galehouse is ahead in the count 0-2. Maddie Lynn, third on the team for the Lions with 13 hits, batting .325 on the year. Galehouse, the 0-2 pitch, just a bit outside. A good miss for the right-handed freshman. And the 1-2 pitch is lined straight back up the middle through the legs of Galehouse. And that's back-to-back base runners for the Lions here in the top of the second inning. So now the Lions are threatening with two base runners on. And the third baseman, Kayleese Hooks, at the plate. And she'll look to cash in with the first at bat of the ball game for herself. She'll show hands, and she'll foul it straight back. Now head coach Aaron Kimberger might not be happy down there at third base, as you might want your hitter to sacrifice bunt here. But Hooks tries to bunt for a hit on that pitch, showing the hands a little bit later. If you're sacrificing, you're trying to move the runners over into scoring position, she'll chop that one back to Galehouse. Galehouse will make the easy play to first. And as I mentioned, now two runners in scoring position for the Lions. Now the coaches will come together. Assistant coach Brittany Johnson will have a conversation with Kinberger. And it looks like we might make a change here early on. So Allie Jakeith was going to come to the plate for the Lions. But the Lions looking to put runs on the board early in this ball game, trying to secure the victory here in Game 2 of the series. And we'll see a pinch hitter from last night, Taylor McCray, into the ball game.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Lions, number 11, Taylor McCray.
So McCray from West Virginia, she'll swing at the first pitch, trying to be aggressive for the Lions here with one away. She's one of the biggest players on the team for St. Leo. And she'll look to send a ball into the outfield for a sacrifice fly. And that's a called strike on the outer half. And now Galehouse ahead in the count 0-2. This will be a key at bat for Galehouse. She'll try to record the second out of the inning. And go after the next batter, Indiana Fasiglia, who's the 9-hitter this afternoon for St. Leo. That pitch just off the plate, now 1-2. A good miss for Galehouse. McCray had to think about swinging at that one. Still ahead in the count. Galehouse will send it outside again. 2-2 now. McCray this season has made 6 starts for the Lions, played in 10 games, batting .381 in her appearances. McCray will foul that one off to the right side. McCray, a freshman, standing at 6 foot. Galehouse will try to go after here with a 2-2 count. Runners at second and third, and that's a called strike 3. St. Leo fans might not be in agreement. However, Galehouse sends her down looking to record the second out of the inning. So now with runners at second and third, Deanna Fasiglia will make her way to the plate. Gale House will try to work out of this jam with 2 away. That pitch just a bit low. And waiting on deck is Casey Kelly, the senior shortstop, who's always dangerous. Gale House will definitely look to get the 9-hitter here. That pitch called strike on the outer half. Home plate umpire Tyrone Miller seems to be giving the outside part of the plate this afternoon. That was grounded to Clawberg at second base. Clawberg boots it. And she's not able to make the play as a bang-bang play at first base. And Fasiglia beats it out. The catcher showing off the wheels. And that'll score the first run of the ballgame for St. Leo. So an E4 for Christina Clawberg allows Lions to get on the board here in the top of the second inning. That's a tough break for the Spartans, as Gale House got a ground ball like she needed. However, the senior second baseman not able to field the ball cleanly. And that'll bring up the top of the order for St. Leo. St. Leo scored first in last night's contest. Went up 3-0 in that ball game. Spartans battled back with 5 runs, 6th inning. And that one's lasered through the left side, and now the Lions will take a 2-run lead as Casey Kelly extends the lead for St. Leo. Casey Kelly with her 7th RBI of the season. And now the Spartans will look to regroup with 2 away and 2 on for the Lions. At the plate is Alexis Mignette. And now Casey Kelly's reached base twice in 2 innings. That one's dribbled back to Gale House. She'll make the easy throw to first. And then Spartans will retire the side, but not before the Lions take a 2-0 lead here at Namoli Family Stadium. We'll be back after this.
In 1889, St. Leo is the 4th largest Catholic university in the United States and currently serves more than 14,000 students. They study at its university campus in Greater Tampa Bay, through its online programs, and at more than 40 teaching locations in 7 states, boasting small class sizes, academic excellence, and state-of-the-art technology. St. Leo is a thriving community you definitely want to be a part of.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Welcome back. 2-0 lead for St. Leo. As the Spartans had 2 outs, with the Lions had two runners on, second and third. And the ground ball to Clawberg allowed the Lions to get on the board initially. And then a base hit by Casey Kelly extended the lead for St. Leo. And that's how we got to where we are. Maddie Farrow at the plate to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Allie Jakeith will re-enter into center field after Taylor McCrae came into the game and struck out looking. Now a 1-1 count to Maddie Farrell. Maddie Farrell, senior catcher for the Spartans, batting .263. She'll drive that one through the left side for her 11th base hit of the season. And a leadoff base runner for the Spartans as they try to battle back here, trailing by 2. And now as the Spartans try to battle for the first run of the ball game, on their side, they'll pinch run and send in Anissa Grant to pinch run for Maddie Farrell. Anissa Grant, a freshman. She's made a few appearances on the season, all as a pinch runner. Maddie Farrell, as I mentioned, the senior catcher, caught all 34 innings last week against Palm Beach Atlantic. So maybe trying to give her legs a rest, as she'll assumingly catch every inning this weekend. Bailey Phillips shows bunt, sacrifice bunt, moves over Anissa Grant into scoring position. Classic move by head coach Leslie Cantor. Playing small ball, moving a runner over, and bringing sophomore Lexi Chevalier to the plate.
Batting for the Spartans, number 13, Lexi Chevalier.
Led the team with 40 hits. A heck of a season for the Florida native. The first offering to Chevalier rolls to the plate. Newman says that one's on me. Chevalier last night recorded 2 hits and an RBI. Chevalier will chop that one to third base. Making a nice play on it is Kayleese Hooks. And now getting caught in a pickle is Anissa Grant. And she's tagged out of third base. Chevalier will advance to second and slide in safely. Umpire Kevin Jack called obstruction, however, Chevalier was safe anyways. So now 2 outs for the Spartans. Chevalier standing on second and Emily Jansen making her way to the plate. And not to knock the base running, but Anissa Grant getting caught in a pickle there after a base hit by Chevalier ends up not doing anything for the Spartans. Jansen will foul that one off down the left side. So now Newman ahead of the count 0-1 with 2 away. Jansen will watch that pitch just a bit low, now 1-1. A lot of base runners here early on. St. Leo with 4 hits and 2 runs scored. Tampa with 2 hits. However, still with that 0 on the scoreboard. Jansen will loft that one into left field. Coming in on is Maddie Lynn, and she'll make a sliding catch for St. Leo. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the second inning. Phenomenal sliding play by Maddie Lynn, and that'll do it. And now St. Leo will come to the plate, leading by 2.
At Jimmy John's, we're freaks about best-in-class ingredients, so it's no wonder we announced our new 9-grain wheat sub in the middle of a wheat field. When you've got news this big, it's not enough to just add it to the menu. Where's the freak yeah in that? To celebrate a new sandwich with a taste so inspired, we introduced it in the place that inspired it. The new Jimmy John's 9-grain wheat sub, now available at a Jimmy John's, much, much, much closer to you. Wheat yeah, freak yeah.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and
I do
it's
too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
anyway, Mike, let's...
Welcome back, top of the third inning. And the first offering from Mariah Galehouse just a bit outside. Standing at the plate is Sarah Posher. Top of the third inning, 2-0 lead for St. Leo. Same situation as last night, entering the third inning with a lead are the Lions. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Sarah Posher, the 3-hitter, the right fielder this afternoon. Posher in her first at bat, grounded out to second base. The breaking ball by Galehouse fools Posher, and that'll be a called strike. Beautiful afternoon here, about 65 degrees and sunny. Complete opposite of last night, as I was dipping into the 40s. Wind was blowing from right to left. This afternoon, flag is still in center field. Now 2-2 count. And Galehouse, the breaking ball yet again. And that one's fouled down the left field line. A decent crowd for this Saturday afternoon doubleheader. St. Leo will be looking for their first conference victory, as last night was their first game in conference. St. Leo ranked 16th in the nation, now with a 10-4 record after last evening. Posher fouls that one down the right field line. So Galehouse in the circle this afternoon for the Spartans. She's got a 3-1 record in 5 starts this year with a 1.28 ERA. She stepped into this number 2 role as a 1A, 1B pitcher for the Spartans. And Posher will show hands with 2 strikes, strangely. And swing and a miss is called by Tyrone Miller. No play at first base, and that'll be 1 away. As I mentioned, 1A, 1B with the pitchers this year for the Spartans. As Miner and Galehouse have split time. Galehouse came into the game last weekend in Game 2 and pitched for the Spartans. That's a call strike on the outer half. Spartans have used 4 pitchers this year. Miner, Galehouse, Jody Handler, a transfer from Georgia Southern, and Sam Kay, the senior left-hander. Kay made the start last weekend in Game 3, so we'll see what the Spartans do in Game 3 this weekend. Last week against Palm Beach Atlantic, in Game 1 Friday night, Miner went all 17 innings, 247 pitches, and a career-high 15 strikeouts. Last night, she sent down 11 via the strikeout. She's got 37 strikeouts in her last 3 starts. Miner, a redshirt junior, showing that she can handle the workload this season. That pitch is fouled off. And now an 0-2 count. Way ahead is Mariah Galehouse. So Amanda James at the plate. She'll go down swinging, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Galehouse here in the top of the third. Galehouse now with 3 Ks on the afternoon.
Batting for Lions number 13,
Now Emily Pallone at the dish. She'll send that one through the right side. Lexi Chevalier coming up, throwing, and she'll make the play at first base. Not your typical 9-3 putout. As St. Leo goes down 1-2-3. Galehouse with nice bounce back inning after allowing 2 runs in the second. Heading to the bottom of the third, 2-0 St. Leo. Welcome back, TampaSpartans.tv. My name's Dominic Galone. St. Leo leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Emily Profit leads off for the Spartans, making her first at bat of the afternoon. She's in the 9-hole for the Spartans, playing left field. Sarah Newman with the initial offering. Just a bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Profit hasn't made that many starts this year for the Spartans. However, when she has came into the game, she's made an impact. So far this season, batting .368, 7 hits, and 19 at-bats. Profit came through with a clutch base hit last night. Tied the game for the Spartans, battling deep into the count. Sent the 2-strike offering into left field. Tied the game at 3. Set up the game-winning base hit for Christina Clawberg, who waits in the hole. Profit takes the called strike on the 2-0 pitch. Leslie Cantor in her 26th season at the helm for Tampa, standing down the third base line. Her college teammate, her assistant coach, Denise Rubio, standing down at first base. Profit swings through the pitch. Now a 2-2 count. And the Spartans look to get leadoff base runners in back-to-back innings. Cantor and Rubio, as I mentioned, college teammates, played up the middle, second base, shortstop at University of South Florida. And Profit drives that one into right field. However, underneath of it is Sarah Pauscher, and 1 away. So Newman gets the first out of the third inning. She got the first out in the first. The Lions look to send them down early and often. And now Steph Ballmer makes her way to the plate. Ballmer singled last night and scored the initial run for the Spartans. That came in the bottom of the third inning. She'll look to do the same here. She takes the first pitch in the dirt. So the one thing with this pitching staff for St. Leo, they use a wristband on their arm to relay the signs from the catcher to the pitcher to the fielders. So the fielders know what pitch is coming at all times. That means the outfielders can adjust. But it seems to take a little bit longer, as last night we went 2 hours and 40 minutes in a 7-inning regulation ball game. And as you see here, a lot of time in between pitches. As Newman looks at the sign and the 1-1 pitch is on the way. A check swing by Steph Ballmer, and she seems frustrated with herself. Ballmer was visibly frustrated last night. Went 1 for 4, 1 hit, as I mentioned, in the third inning, but then struck out 3 times throughout the ballgame. As she told me last night, her strikeout in the 6th inning set up the game-winning base hit for Christina Clawberg. She'll chop this one to third base, making the throw as hooks. 2 up, 2 down, and it'll bring Clawberg to the plate, looking to do something with 2 outs. Last night's come-from-behind victory was the second in 3 games for Tampa. Last weekend they took 2 of 3 from Palm Beach. First pitch just a bit inside. As I mentioned previously, a 17-inning contest last Friday night. And then on Saturday it was scheduled for a 12 o'clock doubleheader. Rain postponed first pitch to 3:30 on Saturday afternoon in West Palm Beach. Spartans dropped game 2 of the series 5-3. Won game 3 of the series 5-3, and then in game 3, 10-inning contest for a total of 34 innings in 3 games. Spartans came back, trailed 6-1, entering the 6th inning, scored 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and then ultimately the Sailfish took the lead in the 10th inning. However, the Spartans, in their opening conference series, took 2 of 3, and that's always good to get the series victory. Spartans will look to split here this afternoon and get back-to-back series victories. 1-2 pitch. Klallberg fouls that one down the left field line. It's a busy day here at the University of Tampa. Baseball is currently in a top 10 matchup against Florida Southern. And later this afternoon, the women's basketball team carries a 19-game win streak into a tip-off with Barry University at 2 p.m. The 1-2 pitch, Klallberg chops it to third base, hooks, fields it, throws it, and that'll do it for the third inning. Lions lead 2-0, headed to the fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Leading off for St. Leo is Maddie Lynn. The left fielder made a diving play to end the second inning. And she singled in the second inning, top of the second inning. Came around to score the first run of the game for St. Leo. Now she gets ahead in the count 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Almost sounded like catcher's interference. Maddie Farrell clutching her hand a little bit. Hopefully she's not injured down there. Now 2-1 count to Maddie Lynn. Galehouse looks to battle back after a 1-2-3 inning in the third. And that she does. She'll record the first out of the inning with an easy 1-3 putout. So now Maddie Lynn 1 for 2 in this contest. And that'll bring up Kayleese Hooks, who's had a lot of opportunities at third base so far this afternoon. First pitch to Hooks, just a bit outside. Galehouse not in agreement. However, Tyrone Miller has been calling the outside strike all day, so you'd like consistency if you're the pitcher in the circle. Breaking ball is fouled off down the left field line. Back in the second inning. Hooks uses sacrifice bunt to move over Lynn. So she's 0 for 0 on the afternoon. Next inning for the Spartans, 3-4-5 coming to the plate. And there's the called strike on the outer half. That's what Galehouse was looking for to lead off the at-bat. Galehouse so far with 3 Ks, allowing 4 hits and 2 runs. However, neither run earned, as the key 2-out error prolonged the inning for St. Leo and allowed them to put 2 runs on the board back in the second. 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back into the netting. Kayleese Hooks, a sophomore from Pinellas Park. And she'll take a called third strike right down the middle to record the second out of the inning. And that'll be the fourth strike out of the game for Mariah Galehouse. So far in her collegiate career, Galehouse has pitched to contact, only now 17 strikeouts in just over 30 innings. As I mentioned coming into the game, a 1.28 ERA for the freshman right-hander. She'll get ahead in the count here as Allie Jakeith will make her first plate appearance of the afternoon. She was pinch hit for in the second inning and then re-entered the game, now playing center field. That pitch just a bit upstairs. Jakeith thought about swinging, however, held her swing, and now they'll appeal to first base. Kevin Jack from first base will say she did not go. It's a tough call for the first base umpire to make. Normally in the big leagues, you'll see umpires in all three positions. Jakeith will ground this one back to Galehouse. Galehouse will send down the side 1-2-3 in back-to-back innings. And now the Spartans will look to get their first run of the ball game on the board as they trail 2-0. Two 2-0 lead for St. Leo, bottom of the fourth inning. Corinne Miner will lead things off for the Spartans. Miner last night went 6 2/3 in the circle. Tacked on 2 hits and an RBI at the plate. She'll sky this one mile high into center field. Jakeith underneath of it, and she'll squeeze it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Sarah Newman has to be happy with that. As the senior right-hander. Last season pitched in 4 complete games, and I'm sure Aaron Kimberger would love to see a complete game this afternoon. As St. Leo used 3 pitchers last night, Newman was not one of the 3 pitchers. Sadie Avance ended up with the loss. Sadie Avance went 1 1/3, allowed 3 runs on 1 hit and 2 walks. Sarah Newman last year finished the season with a 1.45 ERA. Completed the year with a 4-3 record, struck out 50 in 62 2/3 innings. Now she'll send a called strike down the plate. 1-1 to Galehouse, pitcher versus pitcher. Newman made 11 starts in 19 games. Newman, senior from Elk Grove Village, Illinois. As Galehouse fouls this one straight back. St. Leo has a handful of players outside of the state. "13 players in total for St. Leo not from the state of Florida. On the opposite side, Spartans are sprinkled with Florida natives throughout the roster. Now Galhouse looks to battle with a 1-2 count. Maddie Farrell waits on deck. Farrell reached in the first. Rather in the second inning, but her first at bat. The 1-2 offering. Galhouse swings through that pitch. That'll be the second out of the inning for Newman and St. Leo. Newman's first strikeout of the afternoon. Galhouse went fishing on the pitch upstairs. Would have been ball 2. However, it's the second out of the inning. Farrell will take an inside pitch just off the plate. It's one positive thing if you're the catcher when you're at the plate. You seem to have a relative idea of what the strike zone might be. That pitch is at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Farrell, as I mentioned, knows the strike zone, and he hasn't called the low strike all day as she looks down to Cantor at third base. Cantor shakes her head. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Farrell fouled that one straight back, and now she trails 1-2 in the count. So Newman will look for a 1-2-3 inning here. The 1-2 pitch. Farrell fouls it down the left field line. So last weekend, St. Leo won 3 of 4 as they hosted a tournament against Flagler and Virginia Wise. St. Leo swept Saturday. Dropped the first game on Sunday as Virginia Wise defeated them. And then ultimately took game 4 of the weekend against Flagler. The 1-2 offering just a bit upstairs. Now deuces wild. 2-2 count with 2 outs. And St. Leo in the driver's seat, leading by 2. The pitch on the way. Just a bit low, and now Farrell battles back in the count after trailing. Full count to Maddie Farrell. As I mentioned, Farrell reached in the second inning and then was pinch ran for by Anissa Grant. Anissa Grant got caught up in a rundown on a single from Chevalier. And now the 3-2 pitch. Farrell sends that in the 5.5 hole. On the backhand, Casey Kelly makes the throw. And off the bag is Alexis Mignette. Good hustle by Maddie Farrell. And a pretty darn good throw by Casey Kelly deep in the 5.5 hole. And that'll be a single for Maddie Farrell. A tough play to make all around. Casey Kelly went on the backhand. Throw took Mignette off the base just a bit. However, it was a bang-bang play. Farrell might have beat it out if the throw was good. So now it'll bring Bailey Phillips to the plate. She used a sacrifice bunt in the first inning to move Grant to second base. That pitch just a bit inside. Phillips leads the team this year with 4 hit-by pitches after leading the team last year in the same category. Phillips likes to stand on top of the plate. That one was relatively close. And she's ahead in the count now, 1-0. She'll lace that one into the parking lot. Just missed a moving car. Now Phillips will try to put that one in fair play. Phillips so far on the year with 4 hits, both of them for extra base hits. And right on cue, I mentioned the team leader with hit by pitches. She'll tack on her 5th of the season. Reach base And now the Spartans threatening with 2 runners on and Lexi Chevalier at the plate. Chevalier singled in the first inning, however, Spartans weren't able to do anything with it. Bailey Phillips, a magnet when she stands at the plate. The junior from Jupiter, Florida. Get on any way possible. It's Phillips' 5th walk of the season. Chevalier aggressive at the plate, swinging at the first pitch. And Hooks will field that one, tag third, and that'll do it for the 4th inning. Spartans trail by 2 heading to the 5th. Welcome back to Namoli Family Stadium. My name is Dominic Galone. St. Leo leads 2-0. Deanna Fasiglia will lead off the inning for St. Leo. Fasiglia ultimately drove in the first run of the ball game with a grounder to second base back in the second. However, Clawberg bobbled the ball, tried to make the play at first, and the Lions scored on the error. Fasiglia this time dribbles to third base. Phillips makes a good throw, 1 away. So the Lions have scored 2 runs, both of them unearned. As Casey Kelly stands at the plate, she drove in an RBI single after the error from the Spartans. Kelly will ground this one to second base. Clawberg redeems herself, makes the throw, 2 away. So quick 3 pitches, 2 outs for Mariah Gailhouse and the Spartans. And that's what you'd like to see. Your pitcher getting in a groove, sending down the Lions' threatening offense as they average over 5 runs a game. Last night they were held to 3 in a 6-3 victory for Tampa. This one's chopped up the middle. Balmer coming across the field, makes the play on the second base side of the bag. And 1-2-3 inning, 4 pitches, 3 outs for Gailhouse. And now the Spartans look to carry the momentum to the plate. 2-0 ball game. St. Leo leads. Spartans trail 2-0 here at Namoli Family Stadium. Tampa will look to get on the board here in the bottom of the 5th. Spartans only trail by 2. Last night, trailed by 2 in the 6th, put up a 5-run inning. Ultimately gave them the 6-3 victory. Spartans would love to get a win in this game, win the series, and look for the sweep in Game 3 as Emily Jansen looks at the first pitch upstairs, ball 1. Warming up in the bullpen for the Spartans is number 22, Corinne Miner, the ace, the workhorse for Tampa. So we'll see if she ends up coming into the game at some point. Her and Galehouse seem to flip between the circle and center field. Emily Jansen watches the first pitch in the dirt. Second pitch in the dirt. Now ahead in the count 2-0. Called strike to Jansen. Spartans fans not in agreement. Pitch was up and away. However, ultimately called a strike by Tyrone Miller. Spartans will look for a leadoff base runner here in the 5th. They've been able to do so in 2 out of 4 innings so far, as a 2-1 offering is sent down the left field line. Jansen batting .194 entering this game, 6 hits and 31 at bats. She's got 2 doubles on the year, so she can drive the ball to the gaps. One of the tallest players on the team for the Spartans uses the long legs to show off her speed. She sends a 2-2 pitch down the left field line yet again. So St. Leo with 2 runs on 4 hits, they've committed 1 error. Spartans with a donut on the scoreboard, 3 hits, and they've committed 1 error as well. However, that error ultimately gave St. Leo the opportunity to score. Now the breaking ball in the outer half, called third strike, sends down Emily Jansen. And the Spartans will look to bring around the top here with a 9-hole hitter, Emily Profit. That's tough. If you're a hitter this afternoon, you have to understand that the outside strike is being called, so you have to adjust. And that time the breaking ball might have fooled Jansen in the 2-2 count. Now with 1 away, Profit aggressive, swings at the first pitch, line through the left side. And that'll do it. First base runner of the 5th inning here for Tampa.
And the Spartans, number 2, Steph Almer.
Profit standing at first base. Balmer, leadoff hitter this afternoon at the plate. And look to turn the lineup over and get things going here in the bottom of the 5th. Called strike to Balmer. I like the idea by Profit swinging at the first pitch, being aggressive, not letting Newman get to the breaking ball. Breaking ball has seemed to fool a couple hitters so far this afternoon. So each team with 4 hits in this contest. Game 2 of the series. Balmer sky high in the infield, hooks underneath of it, and she'll make the play. Casey Kelly, the shortstop, thought about calling her off. However, Hooks made the call, made the out, and now 2 away for the Spartans.
The Spartans, number 3, Christina Clawberg.
Clawberg, last night's hero, at the plate. She might look for some of the same here. A double would be key in this situation with 2 down. A wild pitch allows Profit to move to second. And now a runner in scoring position for the Spartans. And hopefully on a base hit, Profit will be able to score from second base. Clawberg 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singled in the first inning for the initial base runner for the Spartans. Profit will take the call, strike on the inner half. Now 1-1 count with 2 down. Last night's double was Klubberg's first double of the season. Now the 1-1 offering by Newman, just a bit upstairs. One thing about the St. Leo team, they're disciplined, well coached by Coach Kinberger. Erin Kinberger, a former Leo herself, St. Leo Lion herself. Klubberg skies this one in foul territory. Lynn underneath of it, and that'll do it for the 5th inning. Spartans trail by 2, headed to the 6th. Welcome back to Name-Only Family Stadium. First pitch is Sarah Pauscher. Call for a ball. St. Leo leads 2-0. Swing and a miss by Sarah Pauscher. Galhouse still in the circle for the Spartans, going on her 6th inning. Made her 6th start of the season, and now head coach Erin Kinberger will speak with Sarah Pauscher. As I mentioned before the break, Coach Kinberger, former St. Leo Lion, in her 6th season at the helm, has guided the Lions to 4 straight NCAA appearances. Now, Kinberger maybe just trying to take Galhouse out of the rhythm. She sent down the side quite a few innings so far this ballgame. Make that 3 straight innings. Galhouse is sent down the side, 1, 2, 3. So the 1-1 pitch. Pauscher sends that one into right center field. Miner going back on it, not going to be able to get to it. Pauscher rounds first, headed to second, and that's a stand-up double for the 3-hitter, Sarah Pauscher. Whatever Coach Kinberger said worked. The following pitch was driven to the right center field gap. And that'll put a runner in scoring position for the Lions. So the first base runner in 3 innings for St. Leo. And Amanda James will make her way to the plate. I wonder if they'll sacrifice bunt, and that they will. Galhouse fields it, throws it to first. Klubberg covering the bag, and she'll record the first out of the 6th. Now Emily Palam will make her way to the plate. On the sacrifice bunt, Pauscher moves to third. Now St. Leo might look for a sacrifice fly to drive in the runner from third. First pitch to Palone just a bit outside. Palone sends that into right field. The strongest arm for the Spartans in right field, Lexi Chevalier. And she'll hold Palsher to third. Phenomenal job by Galehouse getting a fly ball into shallow right field. And heads up play by Chevalier being ready to throw home. So now 2 down, runner on third, and Galehouse will look to strand the runner where she is. Galehouse will rock and fire with 2 away. First pitch just a bit outside. Spartans in the white tops, black pants. St. Leo rocking the all black. And the white helmets at the plate. Galehouse with the offering into foul territory and on top of the dugout. Maddie Lynn at the plate, 1 for 2 this afternoon. And it's a 1-1 count with 2 down. Galehouse will like to get the Spartans back to the plate. That pitch is fouled down the right field line. Back-to-back foul balls on top of the dugout. Galehouse in a groove here this afternoon. She's had a strong game so far. So far, 5 2/3, 4 Ks, allowing 5 hits and 2 runs. That pitch just a bit upstairs. Some moans and groans from the fans in the stands. It was a good miss by Galehouse. And now 2-2 with 2 away. She rocks and fires, and Lynn dribbles it into the third base dugout. So I hate to keep going back to it, but it would be a 0-0 ball game right now. However, the Spartans made an error in the second inning and allowed 2 runs after that key play. There was 2 outs on that play. Now with 2 outs and 2-2 count, that pitch is outside. Count is full. Runner on third base for St. Leo and Sarah Pauscher. Galehouse rocks and fires. Lynn sends it into center field, and Miner makes the catch. So that'll do it for St. Leo in the top half of the 6th. Spartans will look to get on the board in lucky number inning 6, as that's been a key inning for the Spartans offense so far this season.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
You remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of the shrine? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and it's
I do too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
Anyway, Mike, let's...
Welcome back to the Namoli Family Stadium 2-0 ball game. The Lions lead it here in Game 2 of the weekend series. St. Leo looking for their first win in conference. The Spartans look to rally in back-to-back games as they trail by 2 in the 6th inning, just like last night, and the heart of the order comes up for the Spartans. 3-4-5, Miner, Galehouse, Farrell. Sarah Newman throwing a complete game shutout thus far. Sends the first pitch just a bit inside. And as I mentioned, heading to the break, Spartans have had success in the 6th inning. They've scored 12 runs in the 6th inning this year, including 6 games in which they've been trailing or tied in those games. So 6th inning does something for the Spartans. Corinne Miner ahead in the count 2-0 early on here in the bottom of the 6th. As I've mentioned time and time again, this would be a huge victory for the Spartans, as St. Leo's ranked 16th in the country in the Division II level. And if they could take the series, that would do a lot for the Spartans in conference. Miner with a base hit up the middle. And if you're in the Spartan shoes, you need as many base runners as possible. So a leadoff base runner for the Spartans. First base hit of the afternoon for Miner. Galehouse began the 6th inning last night with a walk to get things started for the Spartans. And now Galehouse at the plate with a runner on first. The freshman takes the first pitch at the letters for a called strike. Galehouse 0 for 2 this afternoon. Last night Galehouse went hitless, however, scored the first run of the 6th inning after the leadoff walk. Galehouse drives that one in the deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. However, it is a foul ball, says home plate umpire Tyrone Miller. I have not seen many swings like that here at Namoli, and I knew that one was gone if it was fair. However, just to the left of the foul pole. Tough for you viewers to see with the stationary camera here at Namoli, but that was a heck of a drive from the freshman. Man, oh man, I really thought that one was gone. Would have tied things up for the Spartans. However, Galehouse now trails in the count 0-2. And look to put this one in fair play. Continue the rally in the 6th. That pitch just a bit low. Good miss by Sarah Newman. How was a drive from Galehouse? Right off the bat, you could tell. Just hearing the contact made by the freshman. She's got some power, has not hit a home run yet this year in her collegiate campaign, freshman campaign. She'll dribble this one to third base. Hooks makes the play and records the first out of the inning. However, Galehouse moves the runner into scoring position. Spartans will at least to get a run on the board here in the 6th, cut the lead in half as they hold the hammer and will bat last in the 7th. That is the luxury of being the home team. Now, Maddie Farrell at the plate so far this afternoon. Maddie Farrell 2 for 2. Hit in the 2nd, and yet another single in the 4th. She'll take the first pitch upstairs. Farrell, a staple of this lineup for the last 4 years. She's been a 4-year starter behind the plate for the Spartans. Entered this game batting .263 with her batting average only going up after the 2 hits. And she'll look for her pitch as the 1-0 offering is just a bit upstairs. Lions 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Tampa with no runs, 6 hits, 1 error. And a base hit here should score Miner, as the redshirt junior does have wheels. That pitch just a bit upstairs, just a bit in. So now a 3-0 count to the hottest hitter thus far in the ballgame. Now if you're in Farrell's shoes, I'd wait until a strike, unless Newman sends a meatball down the middle. And sure enough, she does. Wait for the strike, and ultimately 4 pitches, 4 balls, and it'll be a walk for Farrell. And now with the Spartans already using the pinch runner for Farrell, they cannot do that again or else Farrell will be done for the ball game. So Farrell will hold her place at first base, Miner at second, and Bailey Phillips at the plate. Now Aaron Kimberger having a meeting with the home plate umpire, and it looks like they might make a pitching change here. But they're looking down to the bullpen. I wonder if the pitcher may not be ready, as Kimberger is shaking her head in disbelief. Kimberger is an aggressive head coach for St. Leo. As I mentioned previously in the broadcast, she's got a disciplined team, and it starts with the head coach. You can just see during warm-ups. You see during warm-ups a team that goes through a routine, talking throughout the whole routine. And now coming into the game for St. Leo is Kayla Betts. Kayla Betts made an appearance in last night's ball game, ultimately allowing a base hit from Clawberg, which gave the Tampa Spartans a 6-3 victory. We'll be back right after this pitching change. Welcome back to 2-0 ball game. Spartans have 2 runners on, and Bailey Phillips takes the first pitch for a ball. Kayla Betts in the contest for St. Leo. Last night allowed her first earned run of the season, and that's a foul ball and a check swing. Ideally not what Bailey Phillips would like. She would have been ahead in the count 2-0. Kayla Betts, freshman for St. Leo, 3-1 record. .78 ERA, as I mentioned, allowing her first earned run of the season last night. 24 Ks and 18 innings pitched for the freshman right-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Bailey Phillips swings and fouls that one down the third baseline. Now, as I mentioned previously in the broadcast, Spartans seem to spark the offense in the 6th inning. They've scored 12 runs on the year in the 6th inning. 6 of those games they've been trailing or tied. So they'll look to do the same here as they trail by 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. And the offering from Betts, just a bit low. Bailey Phillips patient at the plate for the Spartans. So a 2-2 count. Betts rocks and fires. And the pitch. Phillips drives it through the right side. Second baseman Pallone able to keep it in the infield on a diving play. However, that's a single for Phillips, and the bases are juiced for Alexi Chevalier. Spartans look to do some damage here with one of their best hitters at the plate. Chevalier 1 for 2 in this contest. Last night had 2 hits and an RBI. Last year, the leader in hits for the Spartans. So a capable hitter. And Kimberger will head to the mound, try to settle down her freshman pitcher. A cue shot by Bailey Phillips juices the bases. The Spartans have a meeting of their own. Spartans with 7 hits. Get a donut in the run column where it matters most. Base hit should tie the ball game. Maybe I shouldn't say that as Maddie Farrell stands on second base. Doesn't have the best wheels on the team. No offense to her. However, I'm sure she knows that. A running joke within the Spartans. As I mentioned, she's been a 4-year starter behind the plate. The wear and tear on your knees does make an impact after a 4-year career. So the Spartans have Minor at third, Farrell at second, and Phillips at first. Action-packed weekend here at Tampa. Baseball in a top 10 matchup against number 5 Florida Southern. And a basketball doubleheader at the Martinez Athletic Center. Gorgeous day outside. And it'll be a little bit better if Chevalier can come through here in the clutch with 1 away. Bases juiced. Chevalier singled in the second, grounded out in the 4th. And after the mound visit, here we go. First pitch just a bit upstairs. Some gripes from the St. Leo fans. The patience from Chevalier is a good sign, as she is an aggressive hitter at the plate. So Betts looks at her wristband, announces to the field what pitch she will throw. Fielders look at the wristband themselves, and she'll rock and fire. As I mentioned, an aggressive Chevalier swings at a pitch above her eyes. Would have been ball number 2, however, it's a 1-1 count with 1 away. And it looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter for the Spartans. If we do get to the next at bat, Ansley Casillas warming up in the on-deck circle. Casillas came into the last night's ball game. End up reaching on a walk. Casillas has been a clutch hitter for the Spartans this year. Chevalier swings at the pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, she trails in the count. So now if you're Betts, this would be a key situation for the freshman. After allowing a base hit to her first batter faced, now ahead in the count 1-2. As I mentioned, Betts is a strikeout pitcher, 24 Ks in 18 innings pitched. And this would be a key strikeout if she could do so. The 1-2 offering. Chevalier looks at a called third strike. And a great spot by Betts sends down the sophomore looking. And now the bases are loaded with 2 away. Coach Cantor comes to make the change at the plate. Shaking her head as she walks the home plate. Not sure if she's in disgust of the called third strike or disappointed in her batter Chevalier. Ultimately, bases loaded for another freshman for the Spartans. Ansley Casillas. Casillas, a freshman from Tennessee. One of the few Spartans from out of state. Will look to come up clutch in this ballgame. Last weekend, Casillas also reached base in the 17-inning contest as a pinch hitter. So a base hit will score 1 with Minor at third, Farrell at second, and Phillips at first. Called strike to Casillas. She's able to put it in a gap. Maddie Farrell would be able to tie the game. At this point, you'd just like to cut the lead in half, as the Spartans are threatening with 2 away. Betts rocks and fires. Casillas fouls that one out of play, and now an 0-2 count with 2 down. Casillas has had 3 at-bats on the year. She's got 5 hits. Excuse me. She's made 5 plate appearances, 3 hits and 3 at-bats, and walked twice. So putting her perfect batting average on the line. 0-2 count, 2 down. Freshman versus freshman. Betts rocks and fires. Casillas hangs back on the breaking ball, set into shallow left field, and the left fielder comes in on it. Maddie Lynn makes the catch. A little bit of confusion between Lynn and Kelly. Ultimately, the left fielder comes in on it. Kayla Betts comes into the ball game for St. Leo, and after allowing a base hit, sends down the next 2 batters. And we're headed to the 7th inning. St. Leo leads 2-0. Welcome back. Game 2 of the weekend series between St. Leo and the Tampa Spartans. St. Leo leads 2-0 as the first pitch to Kaylee's Hooks is laced down the right field line, and that'll be a stand-up triple for the third baseman. And that'll get the momentum back on St. Leo's side after the Spartans were threatening with bases loaded, 1 out in the 6th. St. Leo answers now with a triple of their own offensively. So Hooks triples down the right field line. And St. Leo would look to get an extra insurance run of their own here in the top of the 7th with a 2-0 lead. Galehouse in the circle. Rocks and fires. Called strike on the outer half. In other news at the Martinez Athletics Center, Spartans are up by over 20 points against Barry University, 43-21, as the women's basketball team is holding an 18-game win streak. Now a chopper to shortstop. They have Hooks in a pickle, and they'll ultimately get the out at home plate. Phenomenal job by the Spartans cutting off the run at home plate. Heads up play by shortstop Steph Balmer, and that'll be the first out of the inning for St. Leo. Good base running for Allie Jakeith, moving to second base during the pickle.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Lions, number 8, Sadie Hawkins.
So now a pinch hitter for St. Leo, Sadie Avance coming into the game. Avance made an appearance in last night's contest as a pitcher. She did not see the circle. She did not see the plate for St. Leo. Spent her time in the circle. So as I was mentioning, women's basketball, 18-game win streak, looking for 19 in a row, undefeated in conference. And last game, they clinched the Sunshine State Conference. They'll look to carry this win streak and the momentum into the conference tournament and ultimately should earn a berth in the NCAA tournament. Back to softball, runner on second base. Now with the plate, Sadie Avance. One away, 2-0 lead for St. Leo. Galehouse, first pitch, called strike to Avance. Now game 3 of this weekend series will take place a half hour after this game is over. The 0-1, called strike on the pitch to Avance. The breaking ball fools Avance. And Galehouse now way ahead after allowing a leadoff triple. Able to record the first out. Strand the runner at third. Now the 0-2 pitch, dribbled right back to Galehouse. She'll make a heads-up play, and they look to strand the runner. And that they will. So Keith will get sent down 1-5 on the fielder's choice. And a heads-up play by the pitcher, Mariah Galehouse. So just like all sports, a game of swings. As we look to see a pinch runner here for St. Leo. Looks like it's number 1, Bailey Williams, coming into the game to pinch run for Avance. A game of swings, a game of momentum, just like any other sport. Spartans were threatening in the 6th. St. Leo recorded back-to-back outs. And then a leadoff triple, but now the Spartans hold the momentum after stranding 2 base runners in scoring position. However, the top of the lineup is at the plate in Casey Kelly. She'll show hands. Pull back. First pitch for a ball. Kelly, a senior from Jacksonville, Florida. Undoubtedly the leader on the team as a 2-time All-American for St. Leo. She'll take that pitch just a bit outside for a ball. She tied the single-season hits record in 2016 as a freshman with 80 hits in the season. For her career, she's in the top 10 in batting average, on-base percentage, and that's a runner caught stealing as Maddie Farrell shows off the cannon, and the Spartans take the momentum right back. As the pinch runner is sent down, Bailey Williams is gunned down at second base. The Spartans head to the 7th inning, looking for 2 runs at least to prolong the ball game as they trail St. Leo 2-0 head into the 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning. 2-0 game. St. Leo leads with 9-1-2 coming to the plate for the Spartans. Emily Profit leads it off. She's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Singled in her last at bat in the 5th. Kayla Betts in the circle for the Lions. And now we've got primetime softball in game 2 of the weekend series. This is where the money is made. This is why you practice throughout the week for key situations like this. Spartans need to get some base runners on, move them over. And we've got Profit, Balmer, and Clawberg to lead things off for Tampa. First pitch just a bit outside to Profit. Spartans have come back in 2 of the last 3 games. And they'll look to do the same here this afternoon. Profit fouls that one off the home plate umpire. Now to respect the Anna Fasiglia, who just re-entered into the game, will take a mound visit, try to slow things down and give Tyrone Miller a minute at the plate. Base umpire Kevin Jack coming down to make sure his partner in crime is doing okay. A healthy hack there by Profit. Now it's a 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 7th. Profit, one of the better hitters this year for Tampa. She'll foul the 1-1 pitch straight back, and now it's 1-2. Seems like Profit's got a read on it. Profit faced Betts last night. Betts came into the game in the bottom of the 6th inning. St. Leo with 2 runs on 6 hits, committing 1 error. Spartans with 7 hits, 1 error, but ultimately would like to get on the board in the run column here in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-2 pitch fouled straight back. Profit seeing things well. But trailing in the count, always have to look for the breaking ball. One thing that I've seen with Profit that I appreciate is that she does not try to do too much at the plate. She just tries to make contact, and ultimately that's why she's one of the better hitters for the Spartans, batting just under 400 on the season. So now Betts ahead in the count, 1-2. Looks in, rocks back, and fires. That pitch is just a bit upstairs off the glove of Fasiglia. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the leadoff batter of the inning, Emily Profit, will look to do some damage. And rally here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 offering on the way. Profit waits back on the breaking ball, however, pops it up to second base. Pallone underneath of it, shades the sun, and records the first out of the inning. Being the middle of the day, sun is relatively brutal out there. Beautiful blue skies. And now that'll bring Balmer to the plate with 1 down. Balmer, the leadoff hitter for the Spartans this afternoon in Game 2. Showing hands, however, she will pull back. It's more of a timing aspect here in softball. As she'll take the first pitch for a ball. So the sophomore Balmer will look to get on base, as that's the only way the Spartans will come back in this one. I guess unless they hit some homers, but as we saw, that's tough to do, as Galehouse earlier hit a foul ball home run. Balmer will take that pitch upstairs, 2-0. Balmer's got the second most at-bats on the team, only trailing Minor. Balmer with 11 hits this season. She'll look for number 12 here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-0 offering right down the middle, called strike. And in a position like this, most of the time the coaches would like the batters to take a strike, making the pitcher work. Try to see what kind of composure this freshman has in Kayla Betts. Betts entered the game last inning. And has sent down 3 of the last 4 batters she's faced. 2-1 offering with 1 away. Balmer takes that pitch up and away. Awaiting on deck, Christina Clawberg. Last night, Clawberg came through in the clutch. Cleared the bases in the bottom of the 6th with a double to the left field fence. And in the hole is the best hitter for the Spartans, Corinne Minor. Minor would love to see an at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-1 count to Balmer. The pitch and a swing and a miss by Balmer. Full count with 1 away. And we'll see what the freshman Kayla Betts has in store, as this is a pressure pitch for both the batter and the pitcher. Betts looks in. Balmer shows hands for the timing. And ball 4 to Balmer. And she'll be the first base runner of the bottom of the 7th for the Spartans. That's a heck of a job by the leadoff batter, understanding her job and needing to get on base. I should say the number 1 hitter in the lineup this afternoon rather than the leadoff hitter, that was Emily Profit this inning. So now with 1 away, Christina Clawberg stands at the plate, representing the tying run for the Spartans. So Balmer was ahead in the count 3-1, swung through strike 2, and then took ball 4 on the inner half. So now with 1 away, Betts rocks back and fires, and that pitch is just a bit upstairs. Clawberg ducks underneath the pitch, as she relatively does. 4-year player for the Spartans. The redshirt senior. Veteran presence in this lineup. Last night after the go-ahead double, showed a lot of emotion at second base. Not something you see from the veteran. And a called strike down the middle of the plate to Clawberg. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Clawberg this year, 3rd on the team in RBI with 5, tied with Maddie Farrell, trailing Phillips and Minor. And Minor waits on deck. 1-1 count, 1 away. That pitch is low. So as we mentioned, got to look at the composure here for the freshman Kayla Betts. And Coach Kimberger is thinking the same, as she'll take a visit to the circle to slow things down for the freshman pitcher. So the Spartans look to come back in the 3rd game out of the last 4. And the one thing with the Spartans team, they show fight time in and time out. And not a lot of starters in the lineup are seniors, as the Spartans had 5 seniors graduate last season, along with one of the best players of Tampa Spartans history, McKaylee Dooley. A 4-year starter in the circle, the All-American McKaylee Dooley graduated, and they've looked to fill the void and that they have with Corinne Minor. But offensively, the Spartans have showed life throughout the year with a young lineup. And now Kimberger will head back to the circle. Just kidding, she forgot her Sharpie in the circle. I thought she was making a pitching change, as 2 visits to the circle in the same inning would force the hand of the head coach But that did not happen here. Kayla Betts in the circle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Klallberg at the plate. Balmer standing at first. That pitch up and in. However, it's a called strike to Klallberg. As I said, Klallberg tends to try to duck under the pitch. And I thought she did there, but it was a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter in the lineup. The 2-2 offering on the way. Klallberg fouls that one, lasered down the left field line. Nice turnout by the fans. St. Leo less than 45 minutes away, so a lot of the fans made the trip, one of the closer schools in the conference. The 2-2 pitch, Klallberg fouls that one down the left field line yet again. Fans on the edge of their seat here at Namoli Family Stadium. St. Leo leads 2-0, tying run at the plate for the Spartans in the bottom of the 7th. Spartans an 8-4 record, 3-1 in conference. Looking for their 4th conference victory here today. She'll dribble that one, and it's foul ball, says Tyrone Miller. Home plate umpire was on top of that one. As it was pretty close, I thought it was still on the line. Hooks making the play at third. However, the bat's prolonged by Klallberg, and she's got new life. Balmer with good wheels at first base. However, her run doesn't exactly matter, as they need Klallberg's run to score additionally. So Balmer does not want to get stranded in any situation where she'd be forced out on the base path. Klallberg off the fists. Hooks comes in and makes the catch. 2 down, and that'll bring Minor to the plate. Good battle there by Klallberg. However, Betts hammering the inside corner, able to record the second out of the inning. Spartans down to their last life. But if you're a Spartans fan, this is where you want to be in the order, with Minor at the plate and Gelhaus on deck. The top 2 hitters for the Spartans this year. Kayla Betts rocks and fires with 2 away. And Minor takes the called strike on the inner half. So game 3 will start 30 minutes after the final pitch here. Give the umpires time to switch, and we'll get right back into things. St. Leo looking for their first win in conference, and that they will on the pop-up to Hooks. So we're headed to the rubber match here at Namoli Family Stadium in Game 3 of the weekend series. St. Leo takes Game 2 of the weekend series with a 2-0 victory. St. Leo scored 2 runs in the second inning, both runs unearned. So the Spartans will look to shore up the defense as we go to Game 3. I assume we'll see Corinne Minor in the circle for Tampa. And St. Leo's got a 4-person committee in the pitching staff. We'll see who they decide to go to. So the Spartans shoot themselves in the foot in the second inning and not able to put any runs on the board. Game 3, 30 minutes from now. Stay tuned, as it's a beautiful day here at Namoli Family Stadium. And the conference series comes down to the rubber match between St. Leo and the Tampa Spartans.